All right, so now that we've got basically the bottom of the gutter or bottom of the curb in, or the curb line in, I want to offset for the gutter pan because my asphalt is only going to be in a certain area, my concrete is going to be in a certain area, and I want to make sure that I account for that. So I'm going to start down here and I'm going to use an offset to do this. But if I offset this line, it's going to offset the entire line because when I drew in this curb, I drew it all the way through to pick up the elevations here. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to break the line at this curb right here. And you see it picks up the elevation along that curb line from whatever it was, right? So it's automatically assigned an elevation. So now I can close this and now I can pick this 3D line and we're going to offset it this side 2 feet. So I'm going to go to my CAD tab and I'm going to click the offset command and we're going to call this gutter edge, and I'm going to put it on a layer. So I want it to be on its own layer. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cursor in here and hit spacebar or press the spacebar, and I'm going to call it TO-gutter edge. Okay. And we'll go ahead and make that a color of, let's go ahead, we'll make it red, and then we'll make it a thickness and protect it. And we're going to set it on proposed 3D. So you'll notice that when I offset it, I've got some options over here, right? I've already selected the line to offset. My distance is going to be 2 feet. It's going to go either to the right or to the left. Now, depending on which way you drew it, if I drew it going in this direction from right to left, this side over here is my left and this side over here is my right. If I'm not sure and I can't remember, if you put your just left click here and then left click here, you'll see that that's the right hand side. If I pick this again and I pick over here, you'll see that's the left hand side. So I'm just going to go right hand side. You'll notice I can also do a vertical offset. So if I wanted to take an account for the actual slope of this gutter pan, if I knew what it was, I could go ahead and change the offset. Whether I could put in, maybe it's a 1%. When I do the 1% and I tab, you'll see that it converts it. So maybe it is a 1%, gutter pan, or maybe it's 2 inches. So if it's a plus 2 inches, I could put a 2 with an inch symbol and then tab. You'll see it converts it to a decimal feet. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll leave it at 1%. We'd have to look at the detail and determine that, but I'm going to leave it at 2% and raise it up just a little bit. You'll notice I can also offset a segment. So what I could have done instead of breaking that line was just use this tool and pick here and over here, and I wouldn't have had to break that line. So you do have an option of offsetting only a portion of the line. I'm going to go ahead and apply my offset here, and you can see that it offset a little bit further than I expected. So maybe this is only an 18-inch curb. I was pretty sure that it was 24 inches, and it could just be maybe up in here is 24. So if I was to measure from here to here, I can see that that is 2 feet there. Maybe down here it's just, yeah, maybe down here it is 18 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this. And I'm going to take this line and basically delete it. And we're going to offset it again. So I'm going to pick this line here. And I'm going to offset it 18 inches. And do the same thing. We'll do 1%. Okay. And click apply. So that looks better. So that one's 18 inches. All right. Then this one, I'm pretty sure is 2 feet. So what I can do with this one, same thing, is I'm going to pick this line, pick the line string, and you can see this one goes all the way around. So I didn't break it, so I'll use this offset segment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset it 2 feet. I'm going to pick this side. I'm going to do the 1%, and I'm only going to do a segment. So I'm going to tell it that I want to start at this point, and I want to end at this point. And when I click apply, now I've got that line in there drawn appropriately. Now I can do the same thing. I can pick my cursors up here in line to offset. So I'm going to come in here and pick the top of curb. I'm going to keep everything the same except this side is going to be the left. So I just set my cursor here, click there, and then click apply. And now I've got that line offset. And actually I didn't pick the full, looks like I picked the wrong line. So let me come in here and try that again. So I'm going to come in, and I know I drew this line in here. Yeah, it's the blue line. It should go all the way up. And make sure that we're going to the right side, or the left side actually, the correct side. And I'm going to offset it. And you want to make sure that, because I'm doing this entire line, I want to make sure that I uncheck this offset segment. All right, so when I hit apply, now I can see it was there. So I was wondering why it wasn't quite showing up. You will have to, though, make sure that wherever it crosses this contour line, that it that we have a good elevation there, and I'll show you how to. We'll have to fix those as well. So if I come up here and we do this one, so I'm going to pick this gutter edge here. Make sure I got the same one, 2 feet. Making sure I'm going to the left. That's all good. I'm going to apply that. Now I got that one. And then we're going to come over here to this line string. I'm going to make sure that I go to the right. And I only want a portion of it, so I'm going to do my offset segment. And I'm going to start it at the beginning. And we're going to end it here. And I'm going to apply that. So now I've got that line offset there. All right. So those are my offsets. Same thing like I had to do before under Takeoff. I have to categorize that gutter pan, or the edge of gutter. So come over here, pick this, switch it to design, reassign. And now when I build my surfaces, I'm going to expect to get some errors, which I did up in here. So I have to fix this. Again, I can make sure that these two intersect. So if we take a look, I can see here they're close, but they're probably not exact. So in here I've got, kind of the same thing going on. So now what I need to do is I need to fix these flags, and I'll show you how to do that in the following video.